Nice pants. These things are amazing.
Introducing Dockers Mobile Pen.
Sports Center is brought to you by Charles Schwab. Expert advice that's objective, uncomplicated, and not driven by commission.
Dan and I back at 1 Eastern, 10 Pacific. I'm Rich Eisen.
I'm Dan Patrick. NFL Primetime is up next. Good night.
A day for old-time football. The steel curtain returns. The bus keeps rolling. Monsters of the Midway stun the Bengals, while the dog pound of new takes hold of the Browns of years past. Could the Purple People Eater shut down a vintage Brett Favre? No Falk, no problem. Can the Rams go 6-0 in the Meadowlands, while New England's Brady Bunch tries to take 2 from Indy? And which Marty finally got a win? It's game time next on NFL Primetime.
NFL Primetime is presented by Miller Lite. Primetime is Miller time. And now here's your host, Chris Berman.
Hello once again, everybody. I am Chris Berman along with Tom Jackson, Week 6 of NFL Primetime. And just when you thought you had things figured out the first few weeks, everything time. But it is a little old-time football. Some of the names and some of the teams and some of the uniforms that we watched when we were kids kind of moving to the forefront.
We've been doing this for a lot of years, and all I can say is this. This year is a free-for-all in the NFL. Anybody could win this thing.
Not so much last the first. You have the Rams, and then it's
we have the Rams and everybody else.
It's a scrum. It's a scrum. Now, speaking of scrums, they were in Cleveland, certainly waiting for this day. 1995, the Cleveland Browns fans, some of the best in any sport in any city, well, they had their hearts broken when the then Cleveland Browns became the Baltimore Ravens, moved out of town by Art Modell. The Cleveland Browns, of course, a couple of years ago, came back into the NFL with an expansion team in the same division as Baltimore. 4 times they played Modell's Ravens, 4 times they lost. The last time, 44-7 was a game last year in Baltimore, which many feel Baltimore may have run up. Cleveland didn't have the talent to get with the Ravens, but for many, they waited for this day in Cleveland for 2,000 days. And so that's the backdrop as the Cleveland Browns bring an attitude this year and a defense to what they hope would be go along with the Ravens on the dog pound, ready to bone the Ravens, I guess. Halloween early in the dog pound. First drive for the Browns. Tim Couch hits a Sellers Market and a Mike Sellers 13 yards. Then Thomas from the Cleveland area, one of his many young cousins, James Jackson, on the draw to the Ravens 22. 2 plays later, Couch, Kevin Johnson, they hooked up for a big win late. Remember against San Diego a couple weeks ago then. Jackson, wait a minute, you're running on the Ravens? 51 yards in 6 plays, 7-0. Cleveland.
Yeah, watch the 3 blocks here. Wallabaugh going to be on Ray Lewis. Look at the kick-out block on Sharper, and then Corey Harris gets pinned to the inside. What a great job of blocking the blocking triangle to get Jackson into the end zone.
So late first, Elvis Gerback play action. Wally Rainier hits him the ball in the air. Dwayne Rudd, who's had a big season for the Browns, makes the interception, their 12th of the year already. What happens here, Tom?
Take a look at Jonathan Ogden there at the tackle spot. He's going to look inside. The blitzer, Rainier, comes outside, goes right by him. You can see Ogden still looking for somebody to block.
Bit of NFL history. Congratulations, Matt Stover. 32 straight games with a field goal, breaking the mark of 31 that he co-held with the longtime Vikings kicker Fred Cox. Scores 7-3. Caught in a trap. Gerback picked off by Anthony Henry. Dialed the wrong number. Henry, who picked off 3 Detmer passes, remember, in one game, returns it inside the 20, Tom.
Yeah, great job here reading the route. Didn't look into the backfield until he knew the ball was in the air, and then made a great drive on the football.
Sets up a field goal, 10-3. 20 seconds to go in the half. 3rd and 3 for the Ravens. Abandier. Ayanbadeo runs close to the 20. They close to the first down. Gerback calls timeout. They figure it's 4th down. 9 seconds to go, 4th down. Coach Brian Billick says, well, 4th down, let's get a field goal. Let's go off the field at 10-6. Field goal! And Stover hits a 38-yarder. But then, wait a minute. You're telling me it wasn't 4th down? It was 1st down? Look at the guys on the side. Well, you know what? You moved out of here 6 years ago. And you got more coming to you, pal. That's the way Red Auerbach did it at the Boston Garden. What do you expect? So it's 10-6 at the half. Oh, James Trapp just levels. Dennis Northcutt, don't believe me? Listen for yourself. Northcutt able to stand, and he did come back in the game, which is a clean hit. And Northcutt tough. Now, speaking of tough, Jim Brown, they can run it better than anybody. Now, James Jackson, nobody's comparing him to Jim Brown, but the Browns running the ball. This is on the Baltimore Ravens, Tommy. It's 22 yards.
And again, if you're going to run the ball, you got to figure out a way to try to block Ray Lewis. And here, Brad Liddell is going to be the guy who does it from his center spot. He comes out, does a great job of kicking out, and a job of getting the runner back into the secondary.
So big play, 4th and 1 gamble. They figured a long field goal count, scrambling to Aaron Shea, first down. So instead of now just moving the chains, they get the first down. I love this attitude. Couch, we're going for the downs. Kevin Johnson, beautiful pass, 28 yards, 17-6. Cleveland. Next Ravens possession, caught in a trap. He can walk out. Jameer Miller, the hit. Greg Spires recovers it. Cleveland ball, and Elvis has left the building. Next play, like a championship team would. Couch. Zing! Quincy Morgan, touchdown, 24-6, Cleveland. Last chance now for Baltimore. They're now 24-14. Randall Cunningham in, trying to work a miracle. Keith McKenzie, sack, one of 7 sacks for the Browns. They've bitten off the Ravens. Finally, the Wicked Witch is dead. The Browns have beaten the Ravens 24-14. The Cleveland Browns, defense, attitude, and a celebration that's going to go long into the night in Cleveland. The defending champs have lost 2 in a row. They're 3-3. Cleveland 4-2. Tim Couch, one of the heroes, with our Ed Werder.
Thanks, Boomer. Tim Couch authors the most shocking upset of the new era Browns. Tim, one of the key things it seemed like you were able to protect the football, and that's something they failed to do. Did you think you could do that against this kind of defense?
Well, we had to do that. You know, we felt that our defense could go out and play well against their offense, and the main thing we had to do was just stay on the field offensively, keep drives alive, eat up some of the clock, and score when we got our opportunities, and we were able to do it.
You were able to manage the game effectively. Was that because you were able to start the game off with that long touchdown drive?
Well, I think so. You know, the first drive, you know, we marched right down and scored, and you know, had a great drive, and then we kind of went into a rut a little bit. But this is the best defense in the league, and they're going to shut you out sometimes. But I thought we did a good job of bouncing back and scoring when our opportunities came up.
And then in the third quarter, you had back-to-back long ball touchdown plays over Dwayne Starks. Were you trying to target him in single coverage?
Well, it was just the way the play set up. It wasn't anything against Dwayne, or you know, they got 2 good corners. McAllister's a great player also, but you know, it was just the way the play was designed, and that's just what side of the field we were going to.
All right, Tim, thanks very much. Boomer, back to you.
Tim Couch made that we showed to Morgan. And they went right for it. It's like a team expecting to win. Yes. I mean, the attitude they had after 4th and 1 and after a turnover like that. Tom, you grew up in Cleveland.
What a meaningful win for the city.
You know what this means to them.
Well, it's a great win for this football team, and I think we saw that Tim Couch has matured as a football player. You give complete credit to him in that offense. He made all of his 11 completions count. The defense did an outstanding job of getting to the quarterback, punishing the quarterback, taking what the Ravens offense wanted to do away. But this is a game about turnovers, and in the 3 losses thus far this year for the Ravens, 13 turnovers. And again, that was at least part of the story. You know, if you're the Ravens, Trent Dilfer, who's now going to be looking for his 14th straight win, he's got to be looking pretty good, that job of managing the game that he was able to do.
Cleveland with a different attitude with Butch Davis. And who knows how far they're going to go at 4-2, but I tell you what, it's going far into the night tonight.
Yes.
And deservedly so. There a lot of happy people in Cleveland when we understand. 2 teams not in the playoff hunt, Tom. I feel secure in saying this. Washington at Carolina. Here we go. Marty Schottenheimer, can we please get a win? George Seifert, why are these 2 guys doing this? They're such great careers, George, with 2 Super Bowls. Marty for 20 years, Tony Banks. Next play, you're looking like Chauncey Gardner. Then Banks, Michael Westbrook, Eastbrook. And you know what? Here's what the Skins need. They need Sonny Jurgensen with the cigar. Come on down, Sonny, with Gar. Meanwhile, Timbayaka Batuka had 121 yards, and Carolina led 14-0 in the 4th quarter. Next possession, Chris Winky Dinky don't. Incomplete to Chris Hetherington and picked off by LeVar Arrington. He goes all the way. 67 yards, and watch this. Wait! 14-7, the Skins in it.
Yeah, the ball was thrown actually behind Hetherington. You see him have to spin to get it. LeVar Arrington, a good job of driving on through the football, and those are the kind of big plays expected of him from the Redskins.
So Tony Banks, who got bounced in this game, but stood back up. This time, Rod Gardner, touchdown, 85 yards, and just like that in the fourth, the Skins have tied it. Under 4 minutes now. Banks to Michael Westbrook. All of a sudden, look at it's like Jurgensen's Redskins. Later in the drive, 2 minutes to go. Banks. Play action, look at Tony. To Gardner. Where's the defense? Down to the 17-yard line. 32-yard field goal. The Skins are going to win it. Brett Conway on to kick a 32-yard field goal. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Look like Tim Conway. For overtime, we might need you again. Good job, Marty.
The job of the kicker is to kick the ball.
Third play of overtime, Banks. There he is. Would you touch him? It's a touchdown. The Skins have won. But when you're 0-5, wait a minute. They said the foot hit down at the 5. He was accidentally kicked by Carolina, but doesn't matter. Conway, 23-yard field goal. And the Skins are off the schneid. They beat the Panthers in overtime 17-14. Banks threw for 346.
Well, and that's the key to 17-30. So you're throwing for over 50%, and you're throwing for almost 350 yards. Good job by Tony Banks today.
When we return on NFL Primetime, Ricky Williams' hero last week. Could he run the Saints to a win over the Falcons? The Chicago Bears. Speaking of old-time football.
No matter who you are, what you're into, isn't it nice to know you'll be accepted?
That's why the Redskins' biggest fans, the Hoggets, make sure to bring their Visa cards to the Forecast Boutique. Visa, the official card of the NFL.
Do I look fat in this dress?
Yes. What would you do if someone passed you the keys to a Pontiac Grand Am for a week?
We're going to drive as fast as we can to San Francisco.
We're doing big things for the Pontiac Grand Am. Big things, baby. 3-car park next 3. That's it. How do we get to 3-car? Vegas!
This is like living a dream, baby.
Ah, welcome to Vegas, baby. We on the strip, baby. Oh, yeah.
Girls gone wild at the Bellagio.
Yes.
So what would you do with the Pontiac Grand Am? How you doing? Tell us at Pontiac.com.
Play Cash is King at Burger King for your chance to become a millionaire.
First class, baby. Hey, how much for that dog? What's up, dog? Who wants to marry a millionaire? This is not what I had planned.
Play Cash is King at Burger King. Peel for a chance at great prizes. From hot, tasty food like a Whopper or croissant sandwich to a cool $1,000,000. With a 1 in 3 chance to win, the odds are on your side.
Pardon me, would you happen to have some extra ketchup?
Put your pregame face on with ESPN Monday Night Countdown. Join Mike, TJ, Sterling, Morden Jaws.
It was a touchdown.
As they get you ready for the Eagles and the Giants. Monday Night Countdown presented by UPS. 7:30 Monday on ESPN.
The NHL is back. A new season and a new showcase for the biggest stars.
Second scores!
And greatest rivalries. Hockey's biggest night is now Wednesday night. ESPN Wednesday Night Hockey. Wednesday at 8, only on ESPN. NFL Primetime is presented by Miller Lite. Grab a Miller Lite. It's Miller time. And in part by Visa. It's everywhere NFL fans want to be.
Saints. Falcons have won 10 in a row against the Saints, except the Saints swept them last year. Keith Brooking, Atlanta. Big underdog this time in New Orleans. Maurice Smith follows a block by Bob's sister, Christian. The Night Rangers his way for a 23-yard gain. Next play, Chandler. Play action. Chris Chandler throws it. Algie Crumpler bounces off one, drags another. That's a superior play for a touchdown.
Great play of staying with the ball and getting to the end zone.
So if Atlanta's tight end can do it, so can New Orleans. Cam Cleveland, the throw by Aaron Brooks and the catch. Wow.
Brooks puts it low and away. Cam Cleveland with the great catch, and then to look at the presence of mind to put the ball inside the pylon for the score.
Really two good plays as we are 10-10 early fourth. Chandler, play action. Defense bites. Chandler, Deshaun Jefferson moving on up. Falcons lead it 17-10. Over 7 minutes to go, down 10. Haslett going for it on 4th and 2. Brooks forces to Willie Jackson. knocks it down. Haslett unhappy. Dan Reeves said, no, that was incomplete. That's correct. Under a minute to go, it's still 20-10. Brooks out of the shotgun. Atlanta backing up and tipped away. Brooking again. They settle for a field goal to make it 20-13. Now here comes the onside kick. Number 3, John Carney. Number 4, Toby Goen. Both on the field. Goen's going to do it. Are they going places? Sammy Knight, is he around the ball every game? I guess so. What all those tricky shapes, Dan Reeves. You know that. So down 20-13 with the ball. Brooks to Robert Wilson. Nice grab. Brooks will heave it with just seconds to go.
Knock it down!
Good job there by the Falcons.
Yeah, they did knock that down.
They knock it down. Dan Reeves has won it. Atlanta goes into New Orleans. Saints may be looking to the Rams next week, but Atlanta surprised them. So Atlanta wins it by the count of 20-13. I think a game the Saints have to be quite surprised that they lost.
Well, and I think the fact that we showed Keith Brookings at the beginning of that highlight package, the great job of playing run defense, holding Ricky Williams to 51 yards.
Now we go the Bears and the Bengals. The winner of this game would have 4 wins. Anthony Thomas, second-round draft pick from Michigan. Look at the Bears in their black shoes, Tom. You talk about all-time football. Anthony Thomas motors outside, had Cincinnati for 46 yards. First and goal, the Bears. Next play, Jim Miller to Fred Baxter. He rustles into the end zone, 1 yard, 10-0 Chicago for Dick Girard. Now, last week, Corey Dillon had 140 yards. But against Brian Urlacher and the Bears defense, different story.
Yeah, you watch Urlacher work the middle along with the 2 big guys inside, Keith Traylor and Ted Washington, and they have virtually eliminated the inside run game for football teams. Here you see Corey Dillon getting stacked up time after time, trying to either run the ball inside just off the tackle or cut the ball back inside. Here he tries to bounce out, and again, the defense is able to catch up with him. So strong defense inside and speed enough to get outside like Dick Butkus.
Like Dick Butkus, the monsters of the Midway. Bears up 10-0. Marcus Robinson knee buckles, tackled by Brian Simmons and Darrell Williams. Robinson out of the game with a left knee sprain, so that's better than it looked. Bears up 10-0 late second. Thomas up the middle. Bears trying to get more score before it's halftime. First and 10, Thomas. I mean, it's pretty basic formula, actually. It's what the Bengals would have preferred to do with Corey Dillon. There's a little pitch from the outside. Bears executing and doing it with confidence, Tom. 8-yard pickup, 110 in the first half for Thomas. But they didn't score in that series. So, Bears up 10-0 third. Miller, David Terrell, number 1 draft pick, wide receiver, 41 yards, setting up a TD catch from Miller to Marty Booker, 17-0 Bears. So you're pitching a shutout, and you're running the ball. I'd say running it, Anthony Thomas, 22 carries, 188 yards, touchdown Chicago. Their longest winning streak since 95. Their first shutout since 93. The Chicago Bears have a defense and maybe have a first-place team, Tom, if Green Bay would lose.
Well, if you run the ball, you make your offense comfortable, give your quarterback a chance to play action pass, and they held the Bengals to 21 carries, 35 yards today.
The Chicago Bears have defense. As we go inside the numbers, what an improvement for Chicago. You know, you wonder whether this will be the last year for Jerome and his staff with Angelo taking over. But I'm not wondering anymore, just wondering what seed they might be in the playoffs, Tom. I mean, where is this coming from? Points allowed after 5 games this year, an improvement of almost 100. Touchdowns down 9. Look at the numbers, Chicago, and they're only getting better. They're so young. The Bears, 4-1.
Inside the Numbers is brought to you by Visa, the preferred card of the NFL. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
When we return, the New England Patriots, no, they couldn't beat the Colts again. No, that couldn't happen. The bus, wait a minute, the bus doing something else other than rumbling.
They say the grass is always greener on the other side.
You're a credit to capitalism, Jack.
But if you're Jack Campbell, you're about to find out the hard way.
You just remember that you brought this on yourself.
In The Family Man, this month on pay-per-view.
Good Lord. God, you're beautiful.
Order it this month on Blockbuster Ticket only on DirecTV for a chance to make your life greener. After the credits, watch for the key to $20,000 to spend however you choose. And learn how to enter the Family Man sweepstakes at www.directv.com/movies or play the online game to enter.
My man, NBA League Pass on DirecTV. Ow! At home our way. It's super bad. Better than courtside. Baby, get on up, make the call. Bring it on. What a deal. It's hot. Up to 40 games a week.
Catch up to 40 games a week from outside your local viewing area for $179 or 4 payments of $44.75. To order NBA League Pass on DirecTV, call 1-800-GET-SPORTS, tune to Channel 216, or log on to DirecTVSports.com.
Spare Thoughts with Jason Couch, professional bowler.
Come on, Jason. Show the world that bowlers are true athletes. No 8-figure salaries, no groupies, just real men who get the job done. Hey, lane boy, where's my sparkling water? Oh, he is so fired.
The PBA Greater Detroit Open, Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN.
Before I quit smoking, I asked my doctor, is Nicorette safe? And he said, of course Nicorette is safe. Smoking is not. Nicorette has been proven safe and effective in dozens of clinical trials. And Nicorette offers the Committed Quitter Support Program, which my doc said is clinically proven to increase my chances of success by up to 50%. And when he told me that only Nicorette comes in mint and orange, I knew that that was the right choice for me. So I took my doctor's advice, and you know what? It worked.
You can do it. Nicorette can help.
She'll definitely show. Just do it. I'm going to make a collect call.
1-800-COLLECT presents Ava Save-A-Lot.
Told you.
Careful how you dial, boys.
Ava, we always use 1-800-COLLECT.
Then you already know it saves at least $1 or $2.
Of course. It's so easy.
Thought you had a call to make.
Talk about saving some dough.
1-800-COLLECT. Save $1 or $2.
Welcome back to NFL Primetime, presented by Miller Lite.
A few weeks ago, the New England Patriots at 0-2 and behind Tom Brady playing for the injured Drew Bledsoe shocked the Indianapolis Colts. Terry Glenn came back last week, but, within 2 weeks he was hurt again. David Patten, how would he fare in his place? So Tom Brady, David Patten playing. But when you get plays like this, a blocked field goal by Brandon Mitchell, Leonard Myers. Yeah, baby. Returns it 35 yards to the Colts 29. So they blocked the Vanderjagt field goal, and the Patriots special teams setting up Tom Brady. Antoine Smith, hand up to David Patten. Oh my goodness, look at the speed. Wearing the number of Stanley the Steamer Morgan, number 86. Wow, only fast guys can wear that. 7-0 the Patriots.
Yeah, take a look there at the spot shadow. You see Damon Woody getting out in front. You see Tom Brady getting out in front. Great job of the quarterback and guard getting out in front center, making some blocks.
Peyton Manning to Marvin Harrison. 68-yard gain down to the 2. 8 catches, $157. Harrison, 3 plays later, though the Colts are still 3rd and goal. And a rollout by Peyton. Look at Mike Vrabel. Fight off the block and make the play, Tom. But fortunately, the Colts settle for a field goal.
We're going to take a look here at Bucky Jones, and Jones is going to do a great job here hurdling through. Look at him get over the blocker right there. You have to block inside out. They don't get that. Bucky Jones able to get through, get his hand on the football.
Bucky Jones from New Britain, Connecticut. Jim Morris says, wait a minute, we were 2-0 until we saw this team. So 2 field goals blocked. Meanwhile, let me tell you about a man named Brady. Tom Brady to David Patten. What? Look at how fast he could go all the way. 91 yards. That's a Patriot team record. Longest pass play in Patriots history. Was it Grogan to Craig James? We know Craig James caught it. We assume it's Steve Grogan. We'll have to figure it out. Brady to Patten with a screen. Oh, wait a minute. He throws it to Trey Brown, and it's batted renowned. So Patten has thrown, run, caught a TD the first since Walter Payton did it 22 years to the day. How amazing is that? October 21st, 1979. Oh, why don't you catch another one? You are a receiver. Brady to Patten. 4 TDs he's accounted for. Brady 16 of 20. Meanwhile, Peyton Manning against the Patriots is just, he's in a funk. Bobby Hamilton recovers. Colts fans can't recover. They're gone. How about Tom Brady? Draft pick a year ago, Michigan. 20-5 at Michigan, including 2-0 in bowls. He's 3-1 as a starter for the New England Patriots. 38-17, the Pats roll. Our Hank Goldberg with David Patten looking very general-like.
I lobby for that all week because, I like to think of myself having a pretty good arm, but Charlie, he really didn't, pay me any mind early on in the week, and finally he said, okay, I'm going to give you an opportunity, and I showed him at the end of the week, that I was able to throw, and he gave me the chance, and, came up with a touchdown.
Had you ever thrown the ball in a game before?
Never before. I've been lobbying for my 8 years, since college and all, and, just finally got somebody to believe in you, give you an opportunity.
All right. Talk about taking advantage of an opportunity. Let's go back to the studio.
Well, the thing that you think about when you think about this game, Boom, is not so much the numbers. You think about Tom Brady and the enthusiasm that he brings to the New England Patriots.
Patriots and the Colts have gone in opposite directions since they met the first time. I mean, the Patriots have wound up beating them twice by 21 points. By the way, it was Tony Easton that threw it, not Steve Grogan. Tony Dungy, Jerome Bettis. Dungy saying at Tampa, boss, take it easy on us, please. Meanwhile, the defense of the Steelers did not take it easy on Brad Johnson. Joey Porter came up on all Huffin. Get used to this. Deshae Thompson, hello. Corner blitz. Boy, they blitz from everywhere, Tom. Bucks field goal, 3-0, but they wanted more. Cordell Stewart, the pitch of Jerome Bettis. Wait a minute. The bus is throwing. The bus is in the passing lane to Jeremy Tooman. 32 yards, 7-3 Steelers.
From Michigan.
Look at the play here, Tom. You just don't expect the bus to throw it.
We've got the corner spot shadowed there. His job is to force, so he's doing his job. The safety comes up across the field. That's the guy that missed the play. Doesn't have a chance to get back and prevent the touchdown.
Pittsburgh Steelers came in first place. Bill Carr having the defense and the running and some trickery. So, down 3-0. Well, Bettis, they're not down 3-0. It's 7-3. We just showed it to you. It's a 46-yard run, but we know that this can happen. The bus listed at 255, but I got to tell you, that's the fastest 255 I've ever seen.
Outran the entire Bucs defense.
14-3, and here we go. Mike Logan on the blitz. And then next, Joey Porter. Next. And then in Washington on the corner blitz. Boy, they blitzed everybody, Tom, on different plays. And then Johnson says, wait a minute, let me throw it quickly to Keyshawn Johnson. In between three guys, off his hands, picked up by Mike Logan. Triple cover. And then, later in the fourth, 17-3, famous Amos Darway fumble. And this is the second most famous chin in football, trailing only Don Shula. Bucks ensuing drive. Can they get in it? Johnson. Sack by Von Ohlhoffen. Next, Johnson. Sack by Joey Porter. Next, Johnson. Sack by Joey Porter. 10 sacks. Ties the team record. Not even Joe Green and Dwight White and Ernie Holmes and L.C. Greenwood had 10 sacks as a team. Johnson trying to get the Bucs going to Frank Murphy, but it's under a minute to go. They're down 17-10. Brian Kelly, wait a minute, the Bucs may be in business for a heave, but after a long delay, a lot of quarters in the peep show, they decide that he never had possession. And it, you can kind of see that in that angle. Ed Hockley, good call. Steeler ball. Tony says, I asked the bus to take it easy. Bill, I should have asked you not to blitz. Joey Porter with 4 of the 10 sacks. Unreal performance by the Steeler defense. Jerome Bettis, a new page out of his book. Steelers, first place, fired up.
No one expected us to come in here and control the football game like we controlled it from start to finish. And there were some comments made from the other side that they were looking forward to the running game and that they were going to stop it. They said, bring it on, and we came down here and we were able to run the football.
I'm tired of Tampa. I'm tired of all these guys who, you know, they talk so much and they go to the Pro Bowl because they talk. They ain't nothing but they paper champions. That's all they are, and that's all they ever going to be.
Oh, whoa. I mean, Steelers understandably talk. Well, let's start with Pittsburgh because they actually are playing Buccaneer football. The Bucs are not anymore.
Well, it's initially Steeler football from a long time ago.
Yes,
where you
Buck
run
football back then was totally different.
Where you run the football, you run it up the middle, you run it off tackle, you run it outside, but you run the football and you run it consistently. They're doing that and they're making their quarterback comfortable. And even though Cordell Stewart only threw for just over 100 yards, the key is to play fairly mistake-proof football along with that running game and then have a stout defense. But when you think about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I think this is key, Tony Dungy told both of us this was going to be a mindset game, and I think you really have to worry about the mindset of this team now and their ability to defend the run. You know, if Coach said that they were average, they certainly looked that today.
Well, they can't defend the run, at least they didn't look like against a really good running team, and 10 sacks. That means when your two lines break down,
yes, you're in trouble.
Tampa Bay 2-3, surprise. When we return, Titans, Lions, all sorts of fun. Who would be the candidate today to keep the Rams undefeated at the Meadowlands against the Jets?
Unscripted with Chris Connolly premieres Monday at 5 on ESPN.
Every car has its moment. This one has thousands per second. The new BMW 3 Series.
I have choice. I have options. I have seemingly limitless opportunities. The decision is mine.
Really into DVDs? Blockbuster's got hundreds of titles, which makes deciding on one pretty tough. And if you think that's tough, try deciding between this guy and this guy. At Blockbuster, you can. Go to Blockbuster now and you can vote to send your favorite all-star players to this year's NFL Pro Bowl. Blockbuster, bringing entertainment home.
Excuse me, this is my cab.
I'm sorry.
Can we share a cab?
Why not?
You're with Fidelity.
That's right.
Let me ask you something. I still have a 401k from a job that I had 3 jobs ago. Can I move that?
Most of the time, sure. It's called a rollover.
Really?
We can do all the paperwork, and you just sign and roll it into an IRA, and you can buy stocks or mutual funds, whatever you're comfortable with.
And I'd be in control of it?
Sure.
Get my life down to one sheet of paper.
That's right. Simplicity.
To invest, call, click, or visit Fidelity.
We lost 300 firefighters.
On Tuesday,
We lost dozens of cops.
November 6th at 9/8 Central.
This whole department's been through hell.
It's a 2-hour premiere event. And it's only the beginning of a season you'll never forget.
There's a good chance that was my partner.
NYPD Blue, Tuesday, November 6th at 9/8 Central on ABC. Viewer discretion advised.
Titans finally got up to Schneid last week. They keep it going at Detroit. They haven't won yet. Jeff Fisher. Can he get the Titans back winning and maybe make something of this season? Derek Mason pass tipped, intercepted by Ron Rice. Whoop! 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 You get the picture, but it's Detroit ball. After the play, Brad Hopkins, Tracy Scroggins. You know what? Neither of us are having a good year. We're leaving. They're both thrown out. Second quarter, Titans have 2 field goals, and the turf popped up. Not old-time football. Get rid of it! Under 2.5 to go. Kind of wonder why Ty Detmer was ever in there if Charlie Batch was going to throw like that. Johnny's Martin, touchdown, 7-6 Lions. Minute 37 left in the half. Batch. Jermaine Crowell, how about this throw? Touchdown, 14-6 Lions. The score 14-9, Jason Hansen. Field goal blocked by Henry Ford. Now you knew Henry Ford coming to Detroit, something was going to happen. Donald Mitchell, touchdown. Titans special teams spelled away last week. 2-point conversion, good. Titans lead 17-14. Then Frank Wycheck involved in, don't tell me a lateral.
Well, boom, let me do this one. It's Wycheck, a lateral, throws the ball down to Derek Mason, 21. It always works for the Titans.
It does. And now this time here's another one. Well, not a lateral, but Wycheck wants you to go downfield for a change.
Well, that's a great adjustment on the catch because the ball was thrown slightly inside. He's looking over his outside shoulder.
Now under 5 minutes ago, McNair to Wycheck. Touchdown. It's first of the year. Part of the struggles the Titans have had. They lead 24-17. Batch to Crowell. Tangled up with Mitchell, and they're tangled up in blue, as Bob Dylan would sing. Crowell down. Carded out. Batch.
Look at the protection from the line. He rolls right there, but otherwise, where's Javon Curse? Where's Kevin Carter when he's going back to pass?
Batch to Desmond Howard on 4th and 10. You can set your watch by it. Every 6 years, Desmond is going to catch a touchdown. He's a great return man. It's his first reception touchdown since '95. So now tied at 24, McNair to Derek Mason. McNair. This is where he's most dangerous, Tom, out of the pocket.
Yeah, gets out of the pocket, starts to rumble downfield, and smart enough to slide without getting hit.
10 seconds to go. Jordan Edney, like last week. Good. So Jordan Edney has 2 game-winning field goals last 2 weeks. Titans, we're 0-3 now, 2-3. Detroit, game under Charlie Batch. But Marty Morningwake still looking for his first win of the year.
Well, and you know, give a lot of credit to Charlie Batch for coming along and winning the and playing well. But the Titans winning the way they won a lot of those 13 games the last 2 years, winning hard.
And they play Pittsburgh, who's in first place next week on a Monday night, so they can get in it perhaps. Meanwhile, Rams it up. Marshall had Trung candidate. Hardly saw him last year. He was barely on the ballot. But what speed he has, you knew that? Maybe the Jets didn't realize he had these moves too, Tom.
You know, people say he's a straight line runner, but he's got just enough movement to his game to give himself a chance to elude some people.
Kurt Warner to it's a team. It's a touchdown, 7-0 to Rams. So St. Louis goes into the Meadowlands trying to beat the New York Giants, and now the New York Jets in consecutive weeks. Warner, Isaac Bruce, 22 yards. Next play, Warner, and to Hakeem. Breaks loose. Now watch this. What? The pitch to candidate. Oh, those tricky Rams. They don't care who's in there. What a play. 44-yard touchdown.
And it's a beautiful play because Hakeem and candidate stick with the option all the way down the field. Hakeem doesn't actually give it to him until they're 15 yards down the field.
Under 3 minutes to go in the half, Vinny Testaverde. First time he's been picked off all year. Aeneas Williams. Now watch Randy Thomas give it a try, but Vinny, it's a touchdown. 21-7 by Aeneas. And the Rams are way ahead. The Jets have come in at +15, but Vinny picked off. Now Trump candidate with no Marshall Faulk. Look at him take the delayed handoff.
Candidate on a draw for 8 yards, and then again up the middle in between the tackles, being able to find the holes and find the seam. There, another run for 18 yards. Did a lot of what Marshall does for this football team. Now going to catch the screen out here to the upper part of your screen. Look at him hit the hole, get what he can out of it, get down, almost gets the first down.
He counted to line for 232 yards, and now he's a candidate for a game ball. Marshall Faulk likes what he sees, and why not? Now watch Warner at the top of the screen. I guess this is some form of single wing. Candidate gets the snap, touchdown, 12 yards. Boy, the Rams don't let up.
Yeah, you see the end of the play right there. Good job of sprinting to the hole. If anything, he's actually faster than Marshall Faulk. Maybe not as good a move, but very fast.
Now the Rams see onside kick, 31-7, 5 minutes left in the third. Herman Edwards really doesn't like it. You know what? The Rams have the greatest playbook on earth. They win 34-14, and now the Rams are 6-0 for the third straight year. The only other team to do that in NFL history, the 1929 to 1931 Green Bay Packers. And hey, look, we figured Marshall Faulk out. The Jets could defense this a little bit. Rams saying, hey, just put somebody else in and we got all
Yeah,
the
I think a
plays
couple of things come to mind. Number one, we saw Trump candidate come in and do what we've heard he could do, and that is replace, at least to some extent, Marshall Faulk, the 19 carries for 195 yards, 3 receptions for 37. But I think more importantly, we saw the Rams run the football. And even though Mike Martz said on this morning's show, I'm really not worried about protecting my quarterback, we saw a different story in the X's and O's on the football field. He gave this team some balance, and I think it'll make Kurt Warner a lot more comfortable as a quarterback.
And I'll tell you one thing about the Jets this year, win or lose, they've stayed in all the games.
Yes.
They've tried to come back.
Yes.
The Rams were good enough to just get rid of them,
Yes.
and the whole second half was just a question of the final score. When we return, please come to Boston, says Jake Plummer. And big game out west. Could Doug Flutie and the Chargers upend the Broncos at the Big Q?
Kurt!
Huh?
Psst, down here. There's a new chunky soup.
Mom? Huh?
Don't fumble that bowl, baby.
Whoa.
Chunky Chicken and Dumplings is loaded with big chunks of chicken, veggies, and hearty home-style dumplings to fill you up right.
Hey, your head's on my shoulders.
Your head's on my shoulder, man.
Dumplings.
New Campbell's Chunky Homestyle Classics.
Like Mom used to make.
Great. Credit card bill. Wonder what's in here this time.
Look at these fees.
What's that,
It's one rate for purchases. A higher rate for cash advances. And those telemarketers.
Relax. We switched to Capital One's new no-hassle card.
Huh? Capital One.
Introducing Capital One's new no-hassle Platinum Card. No balance transfer fees and no telemarketing, plus one low fixed rate on everything from purchases to cash advances. Check your mailbox today and get Capital One's new no-hassle Platinum Card for one low rate and none of the hassle.
Honey? You okay?
What's in your wallet?
Comes in handy, huh?
It's a lifesaver.
We're looking for a new VP of our Northeast operations. Stop by my office later.
Hey, Kevin, aren't you the VP of Northeast Operations?
Imagine what the Journal could do for you. Get 8 weeks of the Journal for just 38 cents a day, a 50% savings. Call 800-535-7600. That's 800-535-7600.
You know, athletes are pretty well known for their superstitions, but I gotta be honest, our guys can be pretty quirky, too.
Have a good show, Kenny.
You too. There's this one time Brian had a great show, didn't bathe for 17 days straight.
This year, though, it's been a very different story.
The worst had to be when Dan spilled clam chowder, Manhattan clam chowder, all over Reese. Had his best show ever. Of course, that got old for Reese really quickly.
Yeah.
He's in makeup.
Okay.
Welcome back to NFL Primetime, presented by Miller Lite.
Kansas City in Arizona. Teams looking for win number 2. Pick it up in the third quarter with the score 9-3 Kansas City. Jake Plummer engineered this big win a couple of weeks ago against Philadelphia. Played all right against Chicago. Flag on the play, throws the ball away, and,
Now, this is 3rd and 15. Eric Hicks gets the hit on Plummer late. It's 15 yards. It lets this drive continue.
That's why you've won only one game. So it sets up Michael Pittman. 24-yard touchdown. Cards lead at 10-9 in the third. Now, can they nurse a 10-9 lead for 20 minutes? 3rd and 5, Plummer. Scrambling. Safe. Same drive, 3rd and 4. Pittman. Moving the chains. Vice down. Same drive, 3rd and 8. Jake Plummer. Please come to Boston in the springtime. Wait, David Boston looks big this year, doesn't he? 19 yards. Plummer. Staying here with some friends, and we got lots of room. Touchdown. 23 yards, 17-9. Cardinals. A 95-yard drive took almost 9 minutes. Chiefs ball, down 8. Trent Green. Throws into coverage, picked off deep by the Swami's cousin, Kwame Lassiter. And that sets up Cards touchdown. Now it's 24-16. Scott Player punting. And what a great job this is by Player and the special teams. Down at the 1. The Chiefs down 8 have to go 99 yards with a minute to go. There's no way. All right, so Tony Gonzalez in the 26. 47 seconds. Green. There's no way. Bomb. All right, it's Derek Alexander, 44. You're getting down to the 31. There's no way. Green. 35 seconds. Snoop Minnis. All right, he's down to the 11. 21 seconds. There's no way. Green. Priest Holmes. Down to the 2. 7 seconds to go. They've driven 98 yards. They only need 1. Green. Oh, you're kidding. 98 yards and an interception. Corey Chavis does it. Cards. Dave McGinnis win it. 24-16. Plummer 16 of 25 for 228.
Well, I think we're seeing Jake Plummer sort of grow into the role of quarterback again. I almost hesitate to say it, but he's playing pretty well.
2 teams that came off losses last week, Tom, but still at 3-2. Mike Shanahan and the Denver Broncos won the last 4 games in this park by double digits. They also won a Super Bowl there in the last 4 years. Brian Griese playing with a hurt shoulder. But before he even got on the field, Ronnie Jenkins, opening kickoff. San Diego Superchargers, San Diego, 88-yarder. It almost rhymes.
I can't sing. I can't sing.
It's the Broncos. 7-0 Bolts. Mike Shanahan says, wait a minute. Brian Griese looking for Robert Smith. Great interception. Rod Smith, not Robert Smith. It's Ryan McNeil. 6th of the year. Double reverse. Oh, those tricky Chargers. Flutie involved with the block. That's Curtis Conway.
And it's a difficult play to run because you're actually almost fooling the defense before they get fooled. You're doing it a second time.
So Flutie looking for LaDainian Tomlinson, but look out, John Mobley. Dad's Mobley makes a big play reminiscent of number 57, Tiny Tom Jackson. Another great linebacker, Junior Seau, off the field with a strained groin. Meanwhile, Griese to Rod Smith. Earlier looking for Robert Smith. Now Rod Smith, 17-yard gain. And Griese, the fade to Desmond Clark. Touchdown 13-7. Field goal Denver 13-10. Mike Anderson hits a fumble. Jason Perry has it for the Bolts. San Diego down to the 17. Flutie crackers one to Jeff Graham. Touchdown. 17 yards. 20-10. Lightning Bolts. Same score. Griese. Pass tipped. Al Fontenot has it. They don't give any interceptions up front. It's his first career. Flutie says, let's go. Play action. Gets a block. To Jeff Graham. That's pretty. San Diego Superchargers. After 3 wins and 2 losses, Chargers back in the plus column. And surprise, surprise, Denver at 3-3 after a 2-0 start. Tough loss, 27-10 to lose like that at San Diego.
Yeah, credit to San Diego Chargers. A lot of that talent that they brought in doing their job, and the Broncos right now reeling after these 2 division losses and 3 overall.
And they held Tomlinson at 58 yards, but Flutie threw for 280. When we return, about it, Vikings always give the Packers a tough time at home. Minnesota trying to stay in the race if they can beat the Pack.
Have tired, achy muscles got you down? Now you can get an uplifting total body massage anywhere you want with Electrosage from IGEA. Perfect for massaging your aching back, sore arms, shoulders, any muscle group. And now IGEA Electrosage comes with 8 massaging pads.
As a doctor, I can tell you the results are amazing.
You can even use it to pamper and work the muscles of the face. Gentle waves penetrate deep into the muscles, targeting the muscle fibers. Also available, this extra large butterfly pad. designed for the larger muscles of the back, chest, and legs. Call right now and we'll give you this IGEA Marine Sport watch. Yours free. Get the IGEA Electrosage with 8 massaging pads and the free IGEA Marine Sport watch. All for this low price. Ask about how you can get the free instructional video.
Call 1-800-531-3399 to order your new IGEA Electrosage for only $39.95, complete with 8 massaging pads. You'll also get the sleek Marine Sport watch, yours free, just pay shipping and handling. Call 1-800-531-3399.
Sports Century looks at Hall of Famer Reggie Jackson, Mr. October.
When Reggie came to the plate, people stopped.
Reggie had a huge ego, but Reggie was good and he knew he was good.
He was a terribly, terribly insecure human being.
He delivered championships in Oakland, and he did it for me. To see this guy hit 3 home runs out of the ballpark in 1 game in the World Series, I couldn't believe it.
Whether you love him or not, and whether you hate him or not, he won.
Sports Century, Reggie Jackson, 7 p.m. Wednesday on ESPN.
What would you do if someone passed you the keys to a Pontiac Grand Prix for a week?
We're on our way to Lime Rock, premier Grand Prix racetrack around here.
Where else would you take a Grand Prix except on a Grand Prix track?
Let me see how you handle, baby. I love it.
Did I tell you?
It's so much fun.
Get out of my way. Talk about an adventure. None of us have ever been to AC.
Tuxes, dinner.
What do you mean it's nice? I don't look like a waiter.
Can you hit it? So what would you do with the Pontiac Grand Prix?
Elvis!
Tell us at Pontiac.com.
Here we go, throw it!
That is pathetic.
Hey, those are our kids you're talking about.
No, I'm talking about your ordinary fast food. Boring, lifeless. Wake me when you're done eating. Or you could try KFC honey barbecue wings, drenched in the Colonel's tangy yet sweet sauce, full of intense flavor.
Hurry, get 8 KFC honey barbecue wings for only $2.99 or 20 for only $6.99.
Or Towelboy, little help here. This gives me so much joy. There's fast food, and then there's KFC.
Monday Night Countdown. Tommy's back with Mike and Sterling and the gang. We got a good Monday night game for you for a change. Eagles, Giants. You can get ready for it here at 7:30 Eastern. Brett Favre has done everything. He carved up the Ravens last week, but a lifetime he's 2-7 in the Metrodome. Could Favre, the first-place Green Bay Packers, beat Dante Culpepper, Kabir Baha-Biamia, and they were trying to stymie the Vikes. Amon Green stopped as the Packers go 4th and 2 at the 8 very early. Turnover on downs. Scoreless game second. Culpepper. Chris Carter, all he does?
Catch touchdown.
3 yards, a Metrodome lead. That's a pretty good lead. 7-0 Vikes. No doubt about it. Culpepper sight. Favre. Back to pass. Kylie Wong picks it off. He can go all the way. 27 yards. 14-0 Vikings. Here we go again in this building for the Pack.
And look at Wong's spot shadow. Just watch where he keeps his head. He's just watching Brett Favre's eyes, allows his eyes to follow him, moves toward the football. Great job of stepping in front, getting the ball, get to the nearest sideline, and get to the end zone.
Then, meanwhile, there's the nail. Darren Sharper nails Randy Moss, but he holds on. Helps set up a field goal, though, 17-0. Under 2 minutes to go, shotgun. And here go the Packers in the Metrodome. I mean, it's unbelievable. What? I mean, look, does this sum up 10 starts for Brett Favre in the Metrodome or what? I mean, this is just, look at this play, they're bouncing around and just, oh, man. It's a house of horrors for Favre and the Packers. 22 seconds left in the half. Culpepper into the secondary. Tommy, nobody wants to what?
Yeah, and yet nobody wants to get their head out in front and hit him, but look how fast he looks at 260-plus pounds. You can't catch him, or at least you don't want to catch him.
Sets up a field goal, 20-0 at the half, and then here's Amon Green. Maybe the Packers get in the game here. First drive, third quarter, inside the 10, Green. 3rd and goal to 2. They were down there for a long time, a couple of penalties. Favre to Bubba Franks. Now down 20-0. You know what? Take it easy there. 20-7. Culpepper to Byron Chamberlain. Fights for extra yards. First down, Minnesota. Later in the drive, Culpepper, Randy Moss. Sharper again nails it. Boy, they were laying it. Moss okay. Same drive now, 4th quarter. Culpepper right up the middle. Get out of my way. Oh my goodness. And the Vikings go on to slice and dice the first place Green Bay Packers. The Vikings, after Denny Green is the new Wayne Fox. I'm telling you, he's the new Rasputin. The tragedy in the summer, 4-0 in the preseason. 0-2 start, beat Tampa Bay. 2-3, here comes Green Bay, now salvage the season. And when Minnesota or anybody holds the ball for 38 minutes, as they did today, Tom, I like their chances.
Yeah, and it means that they ran the ball pretty well. We talk about Dante Culpepper and Randy Moss and Chris Carter and what they're able to do. But I think the key is that the Vikings have gotten back to running that football today with Chapman for 90-plus, but 196 yards total running the football. That will make this team good.
Minnesota-Tampa Bay, kind of a game to stay alive next week. And with Green Bay losing the Chicago Bears.
It's a scrum.
They're in first place in the Norris division at 4-1 when we return. Game balls. Got a lot of candidates, if you will. We'll run down the list. Make a leap or two of our own. Stay with us.
NFL Primetime is presented by Miller Lite. Grab a Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
Pardon the interruption. 5:30 weekdays on ESPN. Again at 7 on ESPN2.
Miller Genuine Draft. Cold filtered for when you feel the heat. Get refreshment down cold. Cold filtered Miller Genuine Draft.
In a world of opportunity, how do you find a financial advisor who's right for you? Do you want one who works for the oldest company or the youngest? Do you want one with the fastest growing company or the most deeply rooted in tradition? Or do you simply want one who listens to you like you are the only investor in the world? Raymond James, you first.
We started modernizing sled operations in '78. We have to assure that billions of children receive billions of toys overnight. And UPS has the technology to help make this possible. Some elves have worked here long enough to remember the good old days when we'd make a little wooden train, write for Timmy on it, and leave it to Santa to figure it out. Today, UPS helps us track any toy from the time it leaves our facility to the time Santa leaves it under the tree. You know, I tell you, the guys in the brown trucks make my job a whole lot easier.
Ability to do or not do anything you want. Introducing the Nokia 3300 series wireless phone. Nokia, connecting people.
Monday, we'll give you the exclusive first look at the new BCS rankings. College football fans, don't miss this important news on a special expanded 6 p.m. Sports Center. The BCS rankings, Monday, 6 p.m. Sports Center on ESPN.
Primetime Players is brought to you by 1-800-COLLECT. Save a buck or two.
My game ball boom goes to David Patten. Ran for a touchdown, threw a touchdown, caught a touchdown. Only the sixth guy to do it since 1960.
Wow. And he did it very quickly, too, Tom. Hey, my game ball goes to the Cleveland Browns defense. They bring attitude. They had 7 sacks. They forced 3 turnovers against their arch rival, the Baltimore Ravens, the one-time Cleveland Browns, the party in Cleveland. Who was your primetime player? Now, this was a tough vote, and the candidate is Trump. Boy, what a great game he had, over 200 yards combined running and receiving for the Rams. We had lots of candidates for the Steeler defense, etc. So Chicago and Pittsburgh in first place in the Centrals at 4-1 and 4-1. The team playing the best football in the AFC East, New England. San Diego has moved past Denver.
Defending world champions can't beat Cleveland, can't beat Cincinnati.
San Francisco and Chicago.
I know. It's going to be a good one.
We got a Thursday night game. There's a game on Thursday. We have it. Indianapolis and Kansas City. For Tom Jackson, I'm Chris Berman. Thanks for watching.
NFL Primetime is a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com.